Hello. So, today is currently June 5th. Well, technically yesterday, but I'm recording about stuff of June 5th, 2020. And so, yeah. Woke up kind of late today. Went to bed at 7, so went to bed at 3, roughly 7 hours of sleep. Not the best, but it's whatever. Didn't have enough time to make a smoothie, but hopefully it'll change tomorrow. Plan on mowing the grass, so I have to wake up at 8, so that's a plan for that. Yeah. Really haven't been playing video games as much because I feel like just been really motivated to to learn about real estate stuff. And I started rereading this book. I read it before, but I don't think I was really focusing on reading it. It's called The Book on Investing in Real Estate, something like that, by Brandon Turner. And basically, reread it again and read like a couple chapters and just simply realized that, like, wow, this is gonna be hard, but life is tough. So, thing I learned from that book today is basically, there are multiple ways you can do real estate, obviously, but you're gonna need a team, right? Like group of people that will help you do this stuff. And the top 10 things were: one, a spouse, just your partner, to help you mentally, which I guess that's also good, and also to let out some steam or to talk to. To a mentor, someone who already has an experience in this stuff, to teach you and also be your friend. Third one is to have a bookkeeper. Bookkeeper basically keeps all the records and stuff. A CPA, which basically the CPA basically collects the financial information, like the transactions and whatnot, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, there's 6 more, but what else? Real estate agent to help you find the deals, and they also get paid by the seller when they sell they get like a percent of how much the house is sold. Let's say it's just like $200,000, and they get 1% of that if I were to buy the house, but the seller has to give the real estate agent 1%. Also, you need handymen to help you do your flooring, remodeling, property manager to take care of your property, and all sorts of stuff. So it's just stuff you really have to think about. And lawyer, because if I plan on doing this big, and the fact that he said he has a lot of houses for rent, and he has a lawyer, and the lawyer said it's not if you're gonna get sued, it's when, because it's gonna happen. Tenant will probably try to sue you, which happens, I guess. So finding a good lawyer is also good. So yeah. Today during the lunchtime, it's when I mainly read. Didn't really read this afternoon because it's kind of busy. But in the morning, had some time. Wasn't really that busy. Had the shrimp and chicken broccoli today. It was pretty good. I had a half a watermelon. Didn't eat any cucumbers, but I'll eat that tomorrow. And I finally finished watching Ultraman Taiga, which, not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointing as of now. Well, it's just disappointing. I want to watch the movie, but I kind of can't, but it's fine. It's just a crossover movie, it's whatever. But, Ultraman Taiga is just, I don't know, they magically made this villain from like a show 2 shows ago, the same franchise, and like multiple shows ago, reappear again, and that like villain's main enemy, like different Ultraman freaking appears just to fight him, and it's like that's weak. Just one episode of that, come on now. But yeah, it's kind of whatever. But my brother Ivan today, he was being a butt. I guess him staying up really late at night has really affected him at work, because the fact that he got really tired during dinner time was really bad, and also how he simply, okay, so I'm supposed to handle the front, right? Any customers that walk in, I just literally make them sign this thing. If they have a credit card, if they use their card through the phone, which he's supposed to do, and they just sign it and just stab it through this paper stabber thing, and then I give them their order, and they're on their way home, eat their food, simple, just like that. Or sometimes they don't read the paper in the front that says call ahead to order with the phone number right below it. They don't see that, then I answer that, right? But Ivan here, he thinks that if there's there's 2 phone calls happening, I should answer it. But if there's 2 customers in the front, he shouldn't do it. He should just play on his laptop. And it's like, really? Do you see the situation here? Like, you simply just want to do less and just sit there. Like, he's already sitting there while he's answering the phone. I have to walk to the front and back constantly to get the orders to the front, and sometimes help my mom put whatever orders in a bag, the bag. And he's like, you gotta answer. And I'm like, no. And so basically he's like, you know what, I'm gonna make your thing worse. And so he just doesn't get their credit card card number. So then basically the plan is he gets the card number, right? And that way they don't have to come in and I get their card and swipe it from there, because I have to turn around and walk to it, and it takes time to print it off and for the internet to go through and actually collect the amount. And also, hence dinner rush happens, right? If there are one person, right, we only allow one person at a time, but sometimes people break that rule. But we only have one credit card machine, so we can only do one credit card at a time, or card at a time. I don't know why I keep on saying credit card. But basically, he makes it so that when they come in, they have to pay. So instead of just them simply signing and leaving, they have to stay in for a couple minutes more. And it's summer, it's hot, and there's 10 people waiting outside, all with their cards, just waiting for them to pay us, so I can give them their food and leave. It's not instant anymore. Well, it usually takes maybe 30 seconds, right? Now it takes multiple minutes, and it's really? I'm like, why didn't you get their card number? Why didn't you do it over the phone? He's like, well, I want to make your life hell. I'm like, really? Do you see how many people are outside? And I basically move this way, and he's he looks and he just sees a bunch of people, and then I'm really angry at him, but I don't care, because there's a bunch of customers I still have to do. So I just focus on that instead. And I'm thinking, all right, how can I make this worse for him? So basically, there are some customers that just don't see the sign that says call ahead to order, and they just come in and just can we order? And it's really? But I just take their orders anyway. But I thought to myself, no, I'm gonna be the better person here, and I'm not gonna do that to you. But I didn't tell him that. But yeah, just really angry. I can feel myself. I felt myself like really angry when he did that. And it's ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous. He does that just to try to like screw me over. Yeah. The two workers today, they're definitely better today. You know, they definitely picked up their act from yesterday, the past weeks. So that's a good side. And yeah, it's they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, it's just that simple. They're getting paid, and they're doing their job. So, I mean, what else? Like, they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. Let's see. My mom. So there's this one customer. So basically, beside us, there's a Mexican restaurant called Hacienda Vieja, and basically, sells Mexican food. And the boss there, we're really familiar with him. He's nice with us. We're like nice to each other, right? And some of his other employees there, they're nice to us. They give us a good tip, and they just come and eat our food. Like, it's whatever, business. But they understand what we go through because they go through it there, basically. So the thing is, there's this one lady, and every single time she comes in, and she says, I have a big up order for Antonio, and the boss, his name is Antonio, and basically, the boss usually gets chicken broccoli, right? Small chicken broccoli. We give it. It's usually costs like $6.75 something, but we just charge the boss $6 even, right? And so this lady, this employee, I don't know, like I know she's an employee, but she keeps on, like whenever she comes and eat, she keeps on saying, "I have an order for Antonio," and she always calls ahead, right? But never mentions it's for Antonio. But when she gets here, she says it's for Antonio, and only gives $6, right? Typically, we'd be okay with that if it actually was him. But the issue is, it's not him. She just keeps on saying it. And tonight, my mom was like really confused because she said the same thing again. But she kept on saying it wasn't the chicken broccoli. It was the beef and broccoli. And the boss, Antonio, he never gets beef and broccoli. He only eats the chicken and broccoli. So that was flag number 1. Flag number 2, so then we had to make beef and broccoli. Flag number 2, it was a large beef and broccoli, not a small one. So basically, a large one is typically around $10. Small one typically around $6. So she just puts $6 in the jar. So basically, we add this like makeshift wall, basically. And if you're paying cash, you just put it into this jar. Like, it's just that simple. We usually look in it, but since she keeps on saying it's for the boss, we just assume it's for the boss and just charge, the boss $6. And so here she is paying $6 for a large beef and broccoli, which, flag number 2, $6 paying for a $10 food? No. So, something's up here. Something's not right, obviously. Just interesting. So, she's been saying this for a while now. So, I was angry. I was really angry when I put all the puzzle together with my mom, because she's like, the boss doesn't ever eat beef and broccoli. He only eats chicken and broccoli, and not the large, but always the small. And it's like, we just fell for it for the longest time. And now my mom's just like, just charge her the full amount. Usually we just give them, we would usually just discount them and, but they'd still give us like a decent amount of tip. But my mom's just like, she's the exception. And I'm like, I agree. And my little brother's confused. He's like, who? And it's just like, I'm just like, okay, remember, Hispanic lady who always comes here and says, picking up an order for Antonio. So, she comes again tomorrow. $10. Yeah. Let's see. I also bought 2 books on Amazon. I don't remember I think, I don't quite remember what they're called. I kind of bought them last night after the recording. But one was How to Think Rich and something like that. And also how to, like, make friends and influence people, something along those lines. But yeah, that's general basis for those 2 books. And one arrives roughly next week. The other arrives roughly 2 weeks from now. Because I got a used version, which is cheaper, and also shipping is like, I have to pay shipping, but it's still cheaper than if I would pay it with like a new one. So, well, it's just this book, and I kind of want to go to the library for this, but it's kind of closed because of quarantine. Yeah. Some part of me wish quarantine didn't happen. Some part of me wish, like, it's just glad quarantine didn't happen because, I don't know. I feel like quarantine, I did sitting around for, like, half the quarantine time doing absolutely nothing. The other half just really, I just thought a lot during the whole quarantine part, but then I really did something with myself during the rest of quarantine. I'm still, doing something about myself, like reflecting a lot, self-improving, reading books, understanding more things about life, and, life stuff, you don't want to overthink everything. My issue is I overthink a lot, and, it makes me scared. It really does. Life isn't really that easy. It's really complex, and you can try to understand it or try and just say it's too hard, you give up, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna try to understand the complexity and try to work it around to my favor, So yeah. Let's see. What else happened today? I think that was all. So, roughly short video. Nothing really much happened. See you next time.